Hey everybody, now for questions, what is this, 4 through 7. Question 4. Here we go, we're going to read the directions. First it says, what is the slope? And then it says, what is the y-intercept? On this one, all you have to do is look at the equations. I put fractions in there, but that shouldn't make it any harder. Here's what you know. You know that your equation is y equals mx plus b. The m always stands for your slope. Oops, that's the wrong color. Sorry about that. The m always stands for your slope. And so we'll get that. Your slope always lives right in front of the x. And then the b always stands for your y-intercept. So I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm just going to tell you where they live because then you should be able to find it. Be really careful. There's going to be a sign here, so don't let that mix you up. But just the slope lives in front of the x, and the y-intercept lives after it. So all you have to do is write those down. Number 5, x-intercept, y-intercept. A lot of people went through this one, and you solved it for y, which is awesome when you're graphing, but wasn't the question that I was asking. What I was asking for was, all right, so the x-intercept, we've got to find that. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to find the y-intercept, which really, if you solved it for y, you could find the y-intercept just like we did up here. But that's not my goal. My goal is this, to find the x-intercept, set y equal to, yep, there's extra voices in the room. So to find the x-intercept, you just set y equal to 0. That's this one. And then to find the y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. So what does that look like? I'm not going to solve it down for you because I think that you can do that yourself. But to find the x-intercept, I just do negative 3x equals 15. A bunch of people just wrote the negative 3 down for the x-intercept. No, it's negative 3 times what gives you positive 15. So that's what goes right here. And then to find the y-intercept, you set the x equal to 0, which means 5y equals 15. So there you go. You should be able to figure those out. Now, if you have these 2 points, you just graph those 2 points down here. So whatever this is, 0, your x-intercept where it crosses the x line, you graph that on here. And then whatever your y-intercept is, that goes on your y line. So you should have a point on your x-axis, and you should have a point on your y-axis, and then you can just connect the dots. That's why this form, which is standard form, is so nice. All right, this one. Which graph shows a line with a slope of 1/3 and a y-intercept of negative 1? So let's do this. Let's look at the negative 1. So I look at graph A. Does that cross at negative 1? No. Does this one cross at negative 1? Yes. So it can't be this one. Does this one cross at negative 1? Yes. Does this one cross at negative 1? No, that crosses at positive 1. So it can't be A or D. So now figure out, all right, which one has a slope of 1/3. So say to yourself out loud, okay, 1/3, that means I do this, and then I do this. What does that look like? And then which one of these graphs does it come up with? Last but not least, graph this. Again, it's in slope-intercept form, which is super nice. Here we've got +2 is my y-intercept. The biggest mistake that people made was they did that in the wrong place. Y-intercept is B, and it always goes on this blue line. The beginning point always goes on your y-axis, which is up and down. It does not go on your x, it goes on your y. So find +2 on there. I'll get you started on this one. So +2 is right there. I put my dot. Then from there, here is my movement. My movement is negative 3/4. So you can choose. Are you going to go up or are you going to go down? If you go up 3, then which way do you have to go 4? You can go up 3, but then you have to go left 4. And if you're like, I don't want to go up 3, I want to go down 3. Great. If you want to go down 3, then which way do you go 4? right for. Okay, so I haven't given you any answers, but I've directed you through it enough that you should be able to get it. If you can't, you've got to figure out, how do I make time to ask questions? Because I want to help. This is the best way I know how with the time I have this week. So you can check in with me, or you can check in with another teacher, or after school, there's help in the media center too.